So while I'm doing this, I'm going to do this quickly. That a lot I've taken off, gabbed off a little bit of nail, and we're pulling out a lot of dead stuff. But look at that finger. Look at that. Look at how that's flattening out. If you've looked at my other videos, you know that my fingers were round. All of this stuff is emptying out now. I said in some of the videos, I said, on some days, I can punch like a beanbag chair. I can punch my finger and the divot will stay there. And come along and push on that side and it'll stay over there. That's right now, today, it's pretty much happening on all of them. And if you look at it head on, you can see that these fingers are flattening out. The collars are now sticking out to the side. You can see that dead cell material that's built up under the skin. It's emptying out. It's all very good. You see how dimpled my hands are? That's pretty nice, you know. I mean, the skin is elastic. It's going to shrink. It's not going to leave my fingers baggy like that. All of this stuff is leaving now. It's taken out a lot of dead cuticle material, just peeled it out. This is all scaling back now. You can see all those layers and layers. I've still got huge amounts of buildup. You can see the separation right there. You can tell all this is dead skin. You see all the layers there. It's peeling back off. We'll be back down to a nail bed pretty soon, I think. If we keep going the way we're going, look at that, look at that. Right there. See, all of this is bogus. See that? That has not been like that before. You can see how that's flattened out. The finger used to be round. I've got all this stuff still jacked up under my skin. But that's really fantastic there. That's evacuated a lot of this dead cell material and has come out of my finger. I'll do this. You can see that line around the edge there on the right where that top nail has broken loose and moved out from the cuticle. That line was actually made by the cuticle when the nail was a little further back. That's still too wide. The wings are going to have to come off, and some more will peel off in the front and show that groove that runs around the separation line between the callus and the nail bed. That's that horrible corner. You can still see that that's a flake, either a nail flake or callus that's built up there. I pulled a huge nail flake out of there that has been it's been an obstruction that's been stuck in there for 68 years. So it kept the nail material from flowing out the way it should. Now that's the other part of it. It was laid right down on the nail. You could not tell the difference between the two. They all looked together like it was all mashed together. So it all looked like it was one nail. But now you can see the separation there. That crescent around on the top right corner. On this thumb, I pulled a lot of stuff out over here. This is really very tender because I pulled the skin out from under that side flake. It's still too wide. That thumbnail, you can see all of this is side nail. It's going to have to come off. There's too much nail on the side, on the left-hand side too. But you can see that this is scaling back here. It's going to reveal that groove, which is going to show that this is dead skin in front, and it's ridden up over the nail plate. The nail plate is right down under there somewhere. I could almost pull that apart. You see it flexing. If that broke right there, then you would see that groove revealed all the way around. I'll do another video here in a day or so. You can see all that, like that's how that's, and that's again, that's dimpling. And that white underneath the skin, you see that, that's just, that's dead cell material that's been bottled up in my hands, swollen my hands and fingers up, really unbelievably, and it's gradual and you don't even notice it. This has got too much, this is very insubstantial now. It's going to flake off pretty easily. This top nail is going to break up. This stuff that's extended out over this dead skin, that's going to flake back when this top nail is gone. This is just a bunch of junk there. I could pick that out in front and probably trim those side wings off. That, you can see it's really horribly misshapen. There's still a lot of cuticle on the back. That's all, you know, wants to be a smooth curve all the way around. So there's a lot of overburden of dead skin still on the back. And that nail, that thumbnail, is still too wide. It's much wider than the left hand. But this is all going to scale off now, and hopefully my thumbnails take the most abuse, you know. If you're biting your nails, your thumbnails come in for a lot of abuse. So hopefully now these will skinny down. I don't have my camera in a rest like I normally do, so I can't show them side by side. But that thumbnail, it's not real, but it's the wings on the side are making it way too wide. The thumbnails want to be parallel on the sides, and more like that. That's still too wide, but it's breaking back some, and you can see there's still a lot of excess material there on the sides. But this is all starting to go away. It's looking very good, actually. You see how that's flattened out. That's not round anymore. The tip of that finger is still pretty fat. That's skinnying down, though. All of them are getting very dimply. You still see that dead cell material under the skin, opaque white. But the interesting thing is on the backs, the very top, not the first joint down here, but right up here, this is collapsed. I still have bumps of hard material, but they're breaking up and getting softer. They're starting to wick away. But the area behind it back here, this part of my finger, the fingers have become much diminished in dimension. A lot of this dead cell material is pretty loose apparently, and it's flowing on out, getting out from under there. I had some really hard lumps under here of coagulated dead skin, especially right there on that finger. It's still swollen up a little bit, but it's actually softer than it has been, and I think it's wicking away. The same over here. See how much, that's just much thinner. The whole finger is much smaller. So it's just a process now. but it's running in reverse, and that's a very good thing. Way too wide. Those side wings have got to come off. It's pushing out the cuticle to the sides, really distending the shape. You see how that's flattened out, that little finger? That's getting dimply there. That's getting dimply. These are all very, getting very baggy compared to what they have been. You can see that junk underneath the skin. Look at that. That's where I was holding the phone. That crease. That's how baggy my fingers are getting. And they don't reflate. That crease will stay there for a while. We got all of that junk underneath the skin, but it's going away. It's all very hopeful. It looks like we're getting down to it. That's really the whole profile. We've still got these wings. We've still got these ridges of dead cell material that have accumulated in a ridge kind of down the side of the finger there. But this whole finger is flattened out quite a bit. It used to be as round as a cigar. All of them were. So, I know it still looks bad, but it looks very good to me. It's been a long road to get to here. Hopefully we'll see the rest of this dead skin erode away, and the nails will come back. All of this is going to, like I said, I'm not going to be able to save anything. All of this old nail material is going to have to go away, and I'm going to have to grow all new nails from scratch. All of this junk underneath my skin's got to be purged out and go away so that I'm making new nails from the dead cell material that's being produced by the body every day. Not stuff that's been backlogged up underneath my skin, drying out, coagulating for the last 68 years. Looking good. In the neighborhood.